Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm currently a rising junior at Cerdota High School, and this is my second milestone, which is getting a couple of these relay circuits to work. So how this relay circuit works is that it takes an input from an Arduino to turn it on, which in turn turns on these two things, these two appliances, a fan and a light. So what I have this Arduino hooked up to is a PRS sensor, which is basically like a motion sensor. So if I wave my hand in front, as you can see, it turns on this light and this fan. So basically how this works in depth is that when I wave my hand in front of this sensor, a sensor inside this Fresnel lens right here detects the motion, sends an input into this Arduino, which reads that motion has been detected. That Arduino sends out an input to this LED, turning it on, and an input to this relay, turning it on also. The relay, when turned on, can power these two appliances. So moving from my first to my second milestone, I had to research plenty of things. I started off with, in my first milestone, knowing how a photoresistor worked, and at the very start of my second milestone, had to begin researching first what a relay worked, how a relay worked. How a relay works is basically, it takes input from a circuit, and then switches on, powering another circuit. So you can see it here, input from a circuit like this, turning this thing on, powering another circuit over here. And then moving on from the relay, I had to research how two more sensors worked. First, the thermistor, which is basically changing resistance based on temperature, and a PR motion sensor right here, which basically sends input to the Arduino when motion is detected. I created 3 different circuits using these things. The photoresistor circuit, which I could wave my hand over, blocking out the light, turning a relay on. Thermistor circuit, which would turn this on based on temperature, and a motion sensor, which you see right here, which would turn this on based on movement. A couple of things that I learned is that, or one thing that I learned is basically that research is very important, because I started off the second milestone not knowing how most of my sensors worked, didn't know how the relays worked, so I had to research them, watch numerous YouTube videos, read numerous articles, and finally come up with these circuit designs and had everything work perfectly. So a couple practical applications for this motion sensor would be basically implementing them in a smart home. If I change the potentiometer values in this, potentiometer is basically changing resistance based on the input. I could change the settings so that the time that these things are powered could be from 3 seconds, which is right now, like you can see that's like 3 seconds-ish, to 5 minutes. So I'll do it right now. I'll just change it like this. So if I wave my hand in front of this, like this thing will stay on for 5 minutes. So that's a good application. Hopefully I can move on from my second to my third milestone in creating a Raspberry Pi Alexa, so that I could basically tell the Alexa, or through the Raspberry Pi, to turn on this relay, which would then turn on my appliances. Thank you.